Hello and welcome to part 36 of my Japanese for Beginners series. In this lesson, we are going to cover the verb naru, which means to become. So you can say that something became an adjective or becomes another noun. And this lesson corresponds with pages 234 to 235 of the Genki textbook, but don't worry, even if you don't have the textbook, you'll still be able to follow along. では始めましょう。So the first part of this video was actually not covered in the Genki textbook, but I feel like it should have been because it is the first step, it is the stepping stone to teaching you guys how to use naru. So I might as well teach you about adverbs on the road towards naru. So an adverb is a way of assigning an adjective to a verb. So in English, we would say, he ran quickly. We wouldn't say he ran quick, we would say he ran quickly. I ate slowly. So it's any li word, any word that ends in a li. So in Japanese, the way you convert an adjective into an adverb, there's two different rules because we have e adjectives and na adjectives. So for e adjectives, you simply drop the last e and you change it to ku. And then with na adjectives, you do not use a na, and instead you use ni. So here are some examples of adverbs followed by verbs. うつくしくほほえむ, to smile beautifully. はやくはしる, to run quickly. 上手に歌う, to sing skillfully. So 上手 is an adjective that means like skillful, and it's a na adjective, so that's why it's 上手に. Not 上手く or 上手, 上手に歌う. 簡単に説明する, to explain easily. Another na adjective, 簡単. しずかにすわる, to sit down quietly. So now that you have this formula in your mind, note that naru, to become, that is a verb. So you're going to follow the exact same rules that I just set out for adverbs with verbs, only now your verb is always going to be naru. So let's look at those same adverbs that we looked at before, but this time with naru. うつくしくなる, to become more beautiful. はやくなる, to become faster. 上手になる, to become more skilled. 簡単になる, to get easier. 静かになる, to become quiet. And just like with any other verb, naru is a verb, you can conjugate it in different ways. Note it is an u verb, not a ru verb. So narimasu would be its polite form, narimashita would be polite past, natta would be its plain past, and then natte imasu, natte iru would be the present participle tense of it. So here are some sentences with naru in action. 娘さんがきれいになりましたね. So that means your daughter sure has gotten pretty. That's actually like, I kept that in there because it's a very commonly uttered phrase. It's also sort of synonymous with like, your daughter sure has grown up. Kirei ni naru with girls in particular usually means like, oh, you've blossomed into a fine, mature young woman kind of thing. So yeah. Wow, your daughter sure has become pretty. Miso shiru ga suki ni narimashita. So I've come to like miso soup. 彼が彼女を見て赤くなった. So this is the te form of a verb followed by another verb. So he does this verb and then this other verb. So 彼が, he's our subject, he. 彼女を見て, when he sees her, 赤くなった. So 赤くなった literally means to become or became red, but it means blushed. So he blushed or turned red when he saw her. And guess what? Naru is not limited to just adjectives. You can also use it with nouns. So the way you would conjugate it with nouns is you would treat the nouns as you would na adjectives. Here are some examples. 本当の自分になる. That's very poetic, a very commonly uttered phrase. 本当の is like the real or the true or the genuine, and then jibun is oneself. So if I'm saying it about myself, I'm saying to become the real me, to become my authentic self, but I could be saying it about someone else, and jibun in that case would apply to that person. It would be he becomes his true self. Jibun is a very, very handy-dandy pronoun. So 本当の自分になる, to become one's true self. アニメ声優になるのが私の将来の夢です. So this のが, this is koto again, but because I'm talking about myself, I know for sure that like, yeah, this is definitely my thing. so I can use no instead of koto. So アニメ声優になる. That means to become an anime voice actress. のが, so the act of becoming an anime voice actress. 私の将来の夢です. So 将来の夢 is like what you want to be when you grow up. 将来 is like your personal future, not the future at large, but like my personal future. 夢 is dream, so my personal future dream is to become an anime voice actress. That used to be true. Here's the title of an anime series that I watched back in the day. 天使になるもん. So 天使 is angel, and then もん at the end is like a triumphant, and there's nothing you can do to stop me, so there. Kind of ending to a sentence. So it means I'm gonna become an angel, and that's that. And now to review. Check the video description or the pinned comment at the top of the comment section to find timestamps for all of the phrases that I am about to repeat. You can repeat them at any speed you want if you change the playback speed on your YouTube player. Pro tip. Also, in the video description, you will see I have links to other channels that teach Japanese. Do not consult only me. It's bad form to learn from only one person. And repetition is also great. Like, even if another one of those educators that I have linked below has a lesson about this, Naru, watch theirs as well, because repetition is great, and hearing different perspectives on the same grammar rules is also really good for your language learning. うつくしくほほえむ。はやくはしる。上手に歌う。簡単に説明する。静かに座る。美しくなる。早くなる。上手になる。簡単になる。静かになる。娘さんがきれいになりましたね。味噌汁が好きになりました。彼が彼女を見て赤くなった。本当の自分になる。アニメ声優になるのが私の将来の夢です。天使になるもん。Thanks for watching. In the next video, we're going to learn how to say that you want to do a certain kind of verb. You want to see something, you want to hear something, you want to read something, you want to eat something. And hey, there's only 5 more episodes left of this series. What? Anyway, thank you to all of the patrons who support this and other series on this channel. If you feel like this video was too easy, I have 2 other series floating above my head. One is where you learn Japanese through anime songs, and the other is for learning Japanese through episodes of Sailor Moon, translated 1 word at a time. But if this was the right pace for you, I hope to see you in the next lesson. Mata ne!